Welcome to At the Table with Chef Jay, the podcast where we believe that every meal has a story and every story has a seat at the table. I'm your host, Chef Jay, and today we embark on a culinary journey through the heartwarming realm of cherished memories and delectable dishes. Today's guest is Columbia-based entrepreneur, Jay Anna Carter. She'll be preparing one of her favorite dishes, vegetable stir-fry with teriyaki ground turkey. Could you share us the story behind this dish?
Yes. So I got started, obviously I'm pretty young, but I just bought a house within the last year, and one of the things was, I got to buy a bed, I got to buy a stove, I got to buy all these things. I was like, I don't know how to cook, wait a minute. So one of the things that I realized was my mom was like, always eat your greens and your vegetables. And so I was like, okay, cool. Let me remember all the different parts of food that I need to include, like bread, vegetables, the meats, the fruits, all the things. And so it's so many colors. And as a storyteller, I always think about how colors and tastes and all these different things come together to create a dish. And so I thought about what my mom said, and got all the things that we needed, as in the vegetables. And then I thought about, okay, I actually have to make it taste good. So the ground turkey became a thing. My mom went into this whole thing about having high blood pressure, high cholesterol. Some parts of my family, they happen to be a little bit overweight. And so with all these different things to come into the realm of just thinking about consumption, we really just started really just taking my time to sit and think like, okay, I just can't eat and go out and go to restaurants and fast food all the time. I actually have to eat and thrive in life. So one of my favorite things was actually using the ground turkey as one of the alternatives for ground beef. It's a little bit lower, it's a little bit leaner, but it's also a little bit lower in protein. I have a lot of different colors and different colors as far as vegetables, help to give just a different type of maybe fiber, also just some carbohydrates as well. And then some things that actually taste good. So I found that purple onions have a little bit more of a kick than the white onions for me. And so I tend to like that as well, and then add a little zest with a little bit of lemon as well. So that's typically kind of how I make this dish. And to throw it off, I have a piece of bread because I love a good carb myself. So that's pretty much the whole dish within itself.
So I like the fact that she is young and that she took those vegetables from what mom used to tell you. Now, did you used to eat vegetables when you was young?
I did. I didn't like broccoli. I hated mushrooms, which I love now. Lima beans, I'm still working on that.
Right.
But everything else, I pretty much love it now. Not just because I needed to learn how to cook, but I also wanted to make sure that I knew that these are different components of how to also regulate my body. Even in my fitness journey as well, I'm learning about what's important for fiber, what's important for protein. If I decided to fast, I can use mushrooms as a substitute for meat. So just a lot of different things I can use, even cauliflower. Taking a simple cauliflower and frying it, putting a little seasoning on it and turning that into the meat substitute and making a chicken sandwich would be amazing. So all the things.
Did you grow up in Columbia, Jay?
I grew up in Hopkins, so the home of the soul food, that's what we say. So everything is barbecued, chitlins, everything. And so just over time, I've learned that those things are delicacies within my culture, within just the heritage, and that's something that we do for the holidays. But what do I eat on a normal basis? And so this happened to be something I could also present to the older generations of my family. My family actually came and had Thanksgiving with me last year, and I made fried chicken. Actually, it was barbecue fried chicken, and everybody was like, I don't know about that. But I promise you, all 42 wings were gone.
Oh,
so,
good. Oh, I have to try that one day. You have to let me know.
It was really, it was really good. Yeah.
Right. I love that. Well, I love the fact that it does like a rainbow.
Yes.
And I am a health supportive chef.
Yeah.
But I tell people I eat everything. So I eat fried chicken and I eat barbecue, I eat all of it. But I do base my diet on this. So I love the rainbow of colors.
Yes.
And also I want to talk a little bit about what you mentioned about in our community about the different health comorbidities that we have. And so in my family, I did a research, not just of history and chronology of genetics, I also looked at all the different health issues that my uncles and aunts had. So I want us to encourage each other to look at that, to make sure that we can debunk some of those issues.
Right, yeah.
So show us a little bit about this dish and how you put it together.
All right, so right now we have our ground turkey. It's simmering, it's been doing its thing. And so some of the things that I like to do instead of putting so much salt is actually taking steak seasoning, because it has the salt, it has the pepper, and it has the extra zest already in it. So that is here, as well as a little bit of onion flakes and garlic powder. So that kind of gives us all the different flavors and variety that we need. So we're just gonna pour that in there. And so what I like to do is kind of do that first, kind of get that in there and let it simmer and kind of just do its thing. The rice is already done. I decided to do something a little bit different, which is the basmati long grain rice. Normally I'm a brown rice type person, but I know with this type of dish, it has a lot of texture to it. So I didn't want the brown rice to be a little too hard for this dish. So this one has like a little bit of a softer texture with that. And as we do that and let that simmer, I'm gonna get a little bit of the purple onion. And so the purple onion will simmer down, but I like to do a little bit of spice, not too much, because purple onion can definitely give you a little bite. So
do you not sing?
You want to sing?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay, because I know you start having a little doodle-doodle-doo when you start cooking up.
I think that's just like so my day-to-day is creating content and doing marketing. So I find that this is another relaxation piece of like creating. I turn marketing and storytelling as my main, my main job.
Gotcha.
But when something becomes a job, it's work.
That's right.
And so I find this to be relaxing.
Yeah,
for
you
me.
seem like you have fun with cooking, and I think that's what it should be. You know?
Yeah.
And that's one thing about creative. I consider myself creative, so I'm a food artist. So when I get ready to put food together, it's got to look beautiful. I don't like eating anything ugly.
Right, no, and that's why the colors go into play. So one of the things that I learned too about cooking, and I'm gonna drop in some peppers as well, just add a little extra color.
Gotcha.
One thing that I learned, not just about cooking with as a concept, but as a storytelling method. So one of the things that I learned and I really enjoyed about storytelling, why I grabbed the camera, was that my dad, he used to do AV for church. My uncle did AV for church. My cousin works at a radio station. It's just so many different people and so many different facets where we take pictures and we take videos of different things. And so another part of storytelling is this. So unfortunately, I have not mastered my mom's sweet potato pie for the holidays, but this is something I can bring to the table. And one thing about storytelling is, you know, you always hear about, you know, your grandma, your aunties, or, you know, your cousins, famous, whatever it is. But then you hear the story about how they got started and how it became a thing. And then even the same thing, like within the Black culture, the reason why we, and of course, I'm sure you know this, but the reason why we fry chicken so hard and we make things so crispy is because we wanted to make sure back in the day when slavery was a thing, that all the bacteria was burnt out of it. And so that's where crackling came from. That's where, you know, the extra hard crispy fried chicken came from. And so just knowing that we always had that logic of making sure like it tastes good, but it was also safe for us to consume.
Absolutely.
And so that was something that I thought that was, you know, has been shared throughout the generations. Even if we didn't know it, we knew that we always liked fried chicken. So
well, that's what interesting you said that because when I went to visit Italy, they had a way of curing meat. And so they put it with salt. And so that was make sure all the bacteria was out too. So every culture had a way. Back in the 1800s, they didn't have no way to freeze and refrigerate, so they had to figure out a way to make sure food was safe.
Gotcha, exactly.
You know, so that's very interesting. I love that.
So we just tossed in a little bit of my mushrooms.
That looks so good. They're like a rainbow.
Yeah, I love this stuff. So the last part of our rainbow is going to be a little bit of broccoli. I like to keep it whole because some of the things that I've learned over time as a young cooker is that as we cook, a lot of things get steamed down. So leaving some things a little bit fuller and a little bit more blossomed actually will help keep a little bit of the texture once we put it with all the rice and everything.
Well, I love all of this licking their lips. We get the taste of us, I tell you.
Yes, ma'am. So I like to put a little bit.
We got to give a shout out to them. They've been amazing at it.
Oh, yeah. Look,
we can't wait to feed you guys, okay?
Y'all came for it. Look, because all this can't go back home with me, okay? So, yeah, another thing I guess I'll share, too, about just the health of the Black community or any community is that one of the highest areas in Colombia is the 29203 area code. And so they have the highest in amputees, the highest in just high cholesterol and the blood pressure. Yeah. And so one of the things that I want to bring to the table moving forward as I continue my career is affecting that North Main corridor and seeing how we can make that blossom, because of course, like, we're learning about so many things, but now I'm learning about economic development. Why are there only 3 fried chicken places on that side of town? They just brought up Papa John's, which is different, but there's no fresh markets. And so that's one of the things that I thought that was really interesting, because just the economic standpoint, if you live there, there's no, actual grocery store. They took that away. And now you have to go downtown to Publix. You have to go over to Trader Joe's. All these different places are a little bit too far to commute to. Yeah. So, thinking about things like that from a perspective of storytelling, how I can go into a community and say, how do you eat? And then taking that back to somebody like you and saying, hey, we can do something about this in the community. Right. And so, that's my favorite part about storytelling.
Well, guess what? You're just going to find this very interesting, right? Yeah. So I've been working in 29203, and guess what? I grew up in 29203.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And so I know that they will amputate your leg, and they don't have no problem with doing it, right?
Yep.
So I've worked in some of the schools in 29203, trying to get the message out, and so that is near and dear to my heart. So I get it. I'm telling you. So I would love to collaborate with you on 29203. Okay,
definitely.
so definitely bringing that in the forefront and mention it.
Yep.
Especially on this podcast. Right. I'm very passionate about it. Right. 29203.
Yeah. Okay. And one of our members of our live audience, she did bring up the fact that some people can't consume meat, or they can't consume a certain type of protein, or maybe a texture type thing. And so one of the things too to help obviously combat any kind of irritation on the stomach as well is if you take every 30 days, in that 30 days you take 24 to 72 hours and just do a water cleanse, like a water fast, that'll actually reset your body and give your body a chance to take a break. But it also actually decreases your chances of getting cancer by 48%. That's right. So just taking your time to really learn about consumption and knowing what your body can take, and eating right for your blood type is actually a real thing. So
that's so interesting. We sound we're on the same page for that.
Yeah, no. I've been doing a little research.
I love it, I tell you. Yeah, back in the day, I used to write recipes for National Kitten Foundation.
Okay, yeah.
I think you was on the board with me, weren't you? Huh? Yeah, we was on the board together. One of our live audience we was.
Right, okay, So I'm going to toss a little bit more of these in there, because I actually forgot that you said that you don't eat meat. So let me slide this on the side.
Yeah, because it is a meat substitute, I'm telling you.
Yep. So trying to think of other meat substitutes. Besides that, I'm not a big tofu person.
Yeah, I mean, that is one texture. That texture thing is a little bit challenging for me.
Yeah, right. So I guess going back into storytelling for a second, with storytelling, it's kind of like a chain reaction. So it's memory turned into storytelling, turned into legacy.
Right.
So the goal, whether we're talking about, a community that eats a certain way, or a heritage that has a history of eating a certain way, all these things can be translated into, social causes. And so that's one of my main things as I work with storytelling and photography and videography, is always thinking about the preservation of life. Right. Even if I'm not here, how long can my story thrive, and who can carry it on? And whether that's just us in the room listening and hearing like, oh, okay, I might actually go on a fast next week, or telling somebody else about it, that can help, just alleviate obviously some stress. It also can help us to think about from a perspective of, oh, this is something I can take with me and actually improve the way of living, my well-being, and also my family as well. Because I'm sure we all know somebody that has a sickness, an ailment, or something that we all could be better at. And some of it, partially is our fault. Yeah. But we got another chance. We're still here today, so we have another day to actually try to start it over. Have another chance. So
that's the inspiration of the gardener. Back.
Yeah, right.
It's to grow our own food.
Yeah.
Even if it's in a flower pot.
Right.
I tell people you can grow flowers, you can grow a herb, a vegetable, or something.
Exactly. Right. Yep. All right. So while all of this is simmering, the last thing that I like to do is get my bread. So I love bread, y'all. Bread, potatoes, like pasta, that's my thing. So what I have is just some, this is sourdough bread. And so take the sourdough bread. I was thinking about a baguette. I was like, oh, it might be a little too hard right now. So we're going to
sourdough is better for you too, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Look, I learned something else too. So we're going to take the sourdough. We're going to put a little olive oil on it, and we're just going to drizzle it. And then we're also going to just preheat the oven and put it in the oven for a little bit. So the other part of that too, just to give it a little flavor, instead of using, you know, what my daddy like to use, margarine, he just love to spread it. Just we're gonna take some pesto and just give it a little, taste. So we'll just take a little bit of the bread and just spread it. And so this could be, you know, something that you meal prep with. This is something that you can take and actually, you know, take after a fitness exercise. I was talking to another member of our live audience, and we were just talking about how to build muscle, because my metabolism is fast, unfortunately. And so one of the things that I learned is eating 30 to 45 minutes before you work out, and that'll help regulate your bowel movements. And then if you eat right after your workout, that'll help you sustain the muscle and actually lose the fat, like burn the fat that you wanted. So that's another little tip that I've learned over time.
Great tips. I tell you, I love it. All right. That looks amazing.
Yeah, all the color.
I love it.
Coming
Okay.
together.
I
All
love
right, so last but not least, before we toss in our rice, is actually putting in the main ingredient, which is the teriyaki sauce. I don't have a specific teriyaki sauce. I like to try the different ones. So I am actually, put this back on because it can separate. All right, so we're just gonna drizzle this over that and kind of be a little healthy with it. Gives it a little bit more flavor and zest the way we need it to.
You know, most food starts out bland. It's the part about building up the flavors. Sometimes we just can add a little more salt, too much salt.
Right, yeah. And then what I've learned too is the more you let it wait as a leftover for the next day, then everything settles in. I'm like, what is that? Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about you, what you want to share about you, and how we can find you and follow you and support you.
Okay, yep. So just to give you an overview of who I am, my name is Jayana Carter. I am an entrepreneur in Columbia, South Carolina. I also work for the city of Columbia, so I work closely with the police chief and the city manager. And I actually get to do a lot of the storytelling from a government standpoint as well. So my day job is just like my afternoon job as well. So I'm all about storytelling, all about helping businesses market their brand, actually tell their story fully. And I am on every social media platform. My personal is JAIANNA.Carter, CARTER. And my business platform is Collab Content. So that's COLLAB .content, CONTENT.
Good. So I know you put on amazing events and stuff.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, we had the opportunity to do a charcuterie grace for her. We enjoyed
So
it.
good. It was so good. There was nothing.
We
left.
enjoyed we enjoyed it because we had to
Yeah.
play up on, you know, every event we always find out what of the color is, the logo color. We played up, so we did the oranges, and it was so beautiful. I loved that.
Yeah.
And you looked amazing that day. I was like, God, she is so amazing. In the bad cars and all that.
Yeah. Look, we had to show out.
That was awesome. I
Yeah.
loved it. Keep
Well,
being amazing. I tell
Yeah,
you that.
another part of, I guess, storytelling and actually taking into action, because a lot of times we do this thing where we'll have an event and then we'll say we're going to do something and everybody's like, that was a great event, and then 3 years later it's still the same. And so one of the things I also want to bring to just the city in general is like how to create an identity for the city of Columbia.
Yes.
Do something different. We're really a creative hub, and we just have to showcase it and get out there. And so, you know, something just like this, I would have never thought I would be making food with a chef talking about, you know, video and storytelling. So yeah, I think this is really a testament of showing, like, you know, how creative people are, and we just got to tap into it. So,
Right, and so that's the thing about At the Table with Chef Jay. We want to make sure we get community members and not just seasoned chef. You know what I'm saying? We've had seasoned chef on, and we've had just our community people, and that's what we want. We want to be able to share with everyone and to get everyone on. We don't discriminate. So we're so glad to have you.
Yeah.
And keep being amazing. And we're gonna let you guys know what this teriyaki burger, teriyaki beef
Yep.
And vegetables. I love vegetables. I want to tell you that much. And we're going to see her at the table, and I'm going to let you know what it tastes like. Welcome back. We're sitting with Anna. We're sitting here with Anna. Before we try your dish, tell me what food and family means to you.
Yeah, so I'm all about family. I'm from Hopkins, South Carolina, so we've always been pretty close-knit. So everybody on my mom's side is literally from 1 acre in front of my house to 5 minutes away from my house. So everybody's super, super close. And Thanksgiving, Christmas, everything has always been succinct. And so now I'm trying to make that same tradition in my home.
I love
and
it.
with my new elements that I bring to the table as well.
There you go. Well, I tell you what, you did an amazing job on this dish. And that's where the boots from the ground got from, man. Yes, my side of town. I tell you what, that's been a good vibe community thing.
Yeah.
I think people get together and dance.
Yeah,
And
what? Yeah.
I love it. Do you know how to do the dance?
I do not.
I mean,
No, it's a lot of footwork.
I know it is a lot of footwork, and I get tongue tied and feet tied.
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna try this dish, and tell us a little bit more about yourself and what would you like to share.
Yes. So, aside from being a new artist in cooking, everything I do is all about storytelling. So, I like extra color, I like extra detail, extra spice, like I put in this as well. And so, everything I do is pretty much videography, photography, and I try to bring that to Columbia, South Carolina. Everything that I do is really telling a story of either a business owner or a community or something that's happening that is within the community that's causing some kind of friction or progression. And so that's kind of my backstory, and that's kind of what I want to bring to the world. And I get to bring that to food now. So,
you do a good job at it, because I watch you a lot of times on Instagram, and that's one thing about social media. People may not say nothing, but they're watching you all the time.
all the time.
And really, and it's amazing how, that's why we want people to like and subscribe. They watch the YouTube, but they won't like, subscribe, and all that, but we know they're watching, so we're still trying to get that message out.
Right, yeah, exactly.
So keep being amazing. How can we find you, support you?
Yeah. So to follow all the things I'm doing personally, like my photography or fitness. I'm not a fitness instructor. I just go crazy in the gym. But I am on Instagram and Facebook. I am Jaianna Carter, JAIANNA.Carter on Instagram and Facebook. And then my business, like I said, I do all the marketing. Any personal events, whether it's a wedding, baby shower, or you're just doing, just having some at your house.
Right.
That's collab content. So collab, COLLAB.content on Instagram and Facebook.
Good, awesome. That event that I came to down underneath the tunnel. What was that? I loved it.
So every year, my company, me and my team of about 15 people, we put on a fashion show. So it's a fashion show of local street artists that do streetwear, and then they also have a showcase of different artists, whether they sing, do poetry, whether they rap. And so what we decided to do was kind of do like a, BET Columbia Rip the Runway type deal.
Right.
And it came to life 2021, and then we just kept it going. And so we're in our 5th year. This year we won't be doing a fashion show, but we'll be doing an end of the year pre-show. So showing some new emerging artists that we just met within the year. And now we're taking a step forward to say, now we want to kind of create our own establishment. So it won't just be us going out to different venues, but actually looking into researching about a concept to create containers into different pods of studios. So having a commercial kitchen, or having a studio where you can do video or photography, and then actually having it showcase in that space. So you're not just creating it there, but we're actually exhibitioning it there. So that's kind of what we're working on for the next 3 years, actually.
Oh my good. Yeah. Well, we have a commercial kitchen.
Okay.
And we also have a peer space that Mr. Kevin runs for us.
So we'll be coming your way.
Right, yeah. And it was something I was want to mention. I hear that they're having a new Finley Park downtown.
Yes. So Finley Park opens on November the 15th, aka my birthday as well.
Oh, okay, good.
Yes. Finley Park obviously has always been a big, iconic spot for Columbia. Once that comes back on, the market and everything start happening there, we'll start having more food truck shows. You know, all the live festivals start happening there, and that'll be kind of like a central space for the city to kind of have more entertainment. So once that happens, we have a lot more properties coming on the tax roll, and even just some iconic buildings that are actually being reactivated, like the new police department. The city's consolidating some new buildings as well, and then that means, you know, more entertainment, more restaurants, more hotels. So yeah, we're about to turn into, you know, the big city that everybody wanted Columbia to be.
Well, keep us informed, because we also own a business in the city.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have a space in the city of Columbia.
Okay.
We've been paying our tax in the city for a while.
Okay, all right. Well, we're gonna put it to you.
Right, definitely so. Yeah. I love this dish.
Yes, that's my go-to. We gotta get my protein and everything.
Delicious.
Put everything in one. If you ever feel like you miss your multivitamin, that's the thing.
That's it. And our audience, y'all gonna love this. I'm telling you, it's amazing. I can't stop eating this. We want to thank you for joining us, Jay, and we'll stay in touch and connected.
Of
Okay,
course.
I love it, definitely so. And that wraps up another episode of At the Table with Chef Jay. Before we say goodbye, don't forget to show some love, hit that like button, share the joy with your friends and family, and of course, subscribe.